I want to bring B.O.B. right next to Keela and like and just put him there and not say anything, and then start walking towards the hand. Unless anybody else wants to do anything else.
You start walking towards the devil who has both of his hands planted. And he looks amongst those who don't have their back turned. Chris, his eyes fix on you as you approach him. He says, 2 of you remain.
What is this? Is this some kind of test? Why do we have to do this?
It's 3, right?
His eyes fix on you and he says, 2 of you will get to indulge in this game of mine. 1 of you has explaining to do.
I turn back to Veyne and Blink, and I point at both of them, and I go, "What the frick, dude?"
I have no idea what's going on, to be honest.
Are you lying to me right now?
No, I genuinely don't know anything.
So which one of us go then?
I just start walking. I don't say anything. I just start walking towards the hand.
The hand raises from the ledge, leaving enough room for you to walk underneath it, Chris.
And right before he smashes, I'm like, to Veyne, I'm like, you got some fucking explaining to do.
What? I have no idea what's going on.
And it squishes you.
Do I feel anything?
It hurts.
I didn't want it to hurt. Chris hates getting like tetanus shots. Tetanus shots for Chris are like the worst fucking thing.
It's honestly, it probably is a lot of pain, but it's so fast that it probably is just like for a quick second.
Does Chris have to get rabies shots?
Yes, he does.
I like that you looked at me and then went, no, I can make this choice. Wow. I knew you were going first this whole time, and I'm still kind of...
Take your time.
Chris, you find yourself in the same inky blackness that you've seen twice. But as you stand there for a little bit, you don't hear rushing water coming to take you away, and no images begin to present themselves to you. It takes you a moment of being in this place to realize that it's a little different than everyone else's inky blackness. You don't see forever like everyone else did. Off in the distance, as you kind of focus your eyes, you see there is a soft green fog that as you start to walk towards it or really move in any direction, you find that this fog acts as an almost circular barrier around this place you're in, as if there are physical limitations and an end.
I guess you're going to show me whatever it is you're going to show me, unless I have any control over this.
You stand there in silence with no response. And as you throw your hands up in exasperation like you did, Kyle, you feel a slight change in pressure. And when you turn around, some of that seafoam green fog has begun to part. And you see an archway open to you. And on the other side, there is a bright blue light, as if the light of day is reflecting off the end of a long tunnel.
I like sprint towards it because I think I can sense that because of how Keela's experience ended, that I know this is a limited experience. And so I just sprint towards it.
Okay. You break through running around the bend, and as you submerge yourself in that pale blue light or soft blue light that you saw reflecting off the fog, you find yourself in a dense forest, and you immediately feel a little overwhelmed because your senses are taken away with the chirping of birds and then the rustling of leaves as you look left and look right, and you see about 40 meters ahead of you a few figures crouched low in forest green garb, hoods pulled high over their heads. They have bows in their hands and they're moving slowly through the brush, their eyes focused on a large stag in a clearing nearby.
I'm going to also try to be stealthy and sneak up kind of kitty corner to watch the whole experience so that I can like see their faces under the hoods.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want to like sneak around.
Give me a stealth check.
All right. My stealth is good. Yeah, my stealth is good. 17?
17's pretty good.
Okay.
As you start to move around, it is almost instinctual the way you move through this forest, despite it looking completely unfamiliar to you. You step over any branches you might snap, past any foliage that might rustle too loudly. But you get close to cutting an angle on these creatures. I'm going to let you make a dex save as you focus your attention on the creatures, sneaking close. But on a 17, it's not quite enough. You brush your sleeve against the bark of a tree, and you watch one of the figures perk up for a second and grab his hood. As he starts to turn, you can make a dex save to duck behind the tree if you don't want to be spotted, or you can let this thing spot you.
Come on. I'm going to use inspiration.
Okay.
Come on. I'm going to use another inspiration.
Whoa.
Okay.
Come on. Better. 18.
You duck behind the tree as this creature whips around. You are confident because you broke line of sight so quickly. There is no way he saw you. You listen keenly. Your passive perception is high with your massive ears. And you hear, eventually, a voice goes, "Must have been nothing." And
Must have been the wind.
Everyone
Yeah,
thought
I was
it.
hoping you were going to say that.
It's right there. I can put it there if you'd rather.
Of
Must have been the wind.
course.
Come on, let's get back to hunting. And as they say that, you begin to hear very soft steps, incredibly soft steps, move slightly away from you. You're probably about 20 meters from where they were.
And I can tell they're hunting this stag.
Yeah.
My plan is just to observe and see what they do.
Okay. So you hear them start to move away from you, and you stick your head back around when you think it's safe. Give me a perception check.
22.
Okay.
My perception is plus
You whip
7.
around the corner, and it's just the last split second, but the figure that turned to look at you that is turning away and heading through the brush is pulling their hood back up. But you notice that they're pulling it way up to cover a long set of ears.
And so it's just one figure.
It's 3, but
It's
this
3?
This was the only one that was de-hooded, and he's putting his hood back on.
Ah. Dang it.
Unmistakably a heron god.
Yeah. And are they like in front of me at this point? Say they're working towards the stag. Am I like behind them?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I am going to jump out from my cover loud enough so that I know they're going to hear me, because I know at least one of them is a heron gun, and I'm going to draw my bow and draw an arrow, and before they have a chance to turn around, I'm going to say, "Don't turn around or I will shoot at you."
All the figures stop
I will. Don't fucking test me.
as the stag prances off into the distance.
You'll
startled.
find another.
And they all stop. They're not turning their backs. They raise their hands. But you see them start to turn their heads left and right as if they're talking to one another.
Shut up.
They stop.
The heron gun is in the middle.
Yeah.
In the middle. Turn around.
You're not gonna shoot me, are you?
Yes, I am. Unless you turn around right now.
All right. And he slowly 180s. And give me a wisdom save.
I used 2 inspiration. I only have 1 left. Oh, no. I'm going to have to use it. Yeah, I'm using it. Oh, I'm so glad I did. 18.
On an 18, he turns around. And though this figure is distinctly Harengon, there is an illusion distorting his face. He has a fog in front of it. But as you make that save, that fog begins to taper off and fade away. And you see a vaguely familiar face. You don't know this person's name. You don't know who they are to you or what relationship you ever had. Or maybe you just passed him, at the fucking train station or something. But instantly it pings in your brain. I know this person. And you watch them lock eyes with you and drop their bow to the ground. And they stand there for a second and they go, Christopher, you're home.
Don't fucking move.
He stops and he goes, oh, hold on, Christopher.
Do I know that this person is not a Harengon?
He is a Harengon.
He is a Harengon?
The illusion was preventing you from seeing his face. And now that the illusion's gone, it's the clear face of a Harengon. You made your save. You're seeing through the magic.
Gotcha.
The magic was to make it so you didn't see this person. And this person stands in front of you. And each second that passes, you start to get a little bit more back. He stares at you as you are clearly wrestling with some line of thought. And he goes, "You didn't go rabbit on me now, did you?"
Rabbit.
Rabbit.
"Christopher, why don't we go home and see your mother? I think it's probably best if we have this conversation."
You don't know what's best for me. Who are you?
Okay, son, it's clear you're not feeling well.
Son?
Okay. How'd you get back home? Where'd you been?
I think I'm asking questions today and you're answering.
He stops and he puts his hands up and he looks at the other two Harangon on either side of him.
They are Harangons? The rest of them are Harangons?
The other two remove their hoods to reveal ears, and one of them pipes up and she says, "Chris, you're not acting like yourself. You're all fun before. Now you seem scared. Do you want to? Why don't you come home and we'll get your ma and she'll take a look at you."
Who I am right now is all I know. I don't know who you are. Instead of me telling you how I got back home, why don't you tell me how I left?
They begin to take on that same illusion. Their figures get wispy, and instead of their normal color, it starts to slowly fade to a pale green. And
stop that. What are you doing?
This space becomes a flat, cloudy, pale green space. And behind you, you suddenly hear a voice. "Hey, I have some explaining to do."
I whip around and I look.
You see a wisp. It is a small ball of like seafoam green light, and it is floating there. And he says, "When you left home, well, I'm only telling you this now because I'm going to undo it. I made some executive decisions. You don't know me. You barely know yourself. You're a fey creature. Your name is Christopher. You don't have a last name. You think your name is Christ of Wixis. That's on me. Turns out when you take most of someone's name, they will equate it to anything they find, and it turns out the alphabet goes a lot like your name."
I say, "Show yourself. You owe me that."
I had no fucking idea.
Dude, did you just get it?
No, I just got it. Yeah. Did we explain that?
QRSTUVWXYZ.
Top Wixes.
Wow, dude. That blew my fucking mind.
Oh no. Yeah, I turn around and I'm looking at the wisp and I say, "Show yourself. You owe me that."
The wisp flickers for a second, and after a moment of hesitation, it says, "I can show you a different form if that makes you more comfortable, but this is kind of me." And he begins to warp the air around him and take a more human form. You see a elven-looking man with soft seafoam green eyes, long blonde hair, a sword at his hip. Clearly a fey creature himself, with these weird insects flying around him at all times that are either fireflies, butterflies. And he shrugs and says, "If this helps, I think my form is less important than the time we have. When you left, I lost my connection. And the little glimpses I got into your life out here, I don't feel so good about what I did to you. When you left home, you hated the place you came from. You hated your home. And I think I saw a snapshot and made a quick decision for you. If you want to research who I am, my name is Callum. People see me as a god, but I'm just admittedly an overreaching creature of power. And if I could change what I did, Chris, I would have left you with your memories. Can I spare you a thought?"
Yeah.
You were in a moment in your life where it was apparent by the energy leaking from your body that you had a disdain for where you came from. And when I reveal to you where you came from, that might return. Is that something you even want to wrestle with?
Yeah, I don't think you get to make that decision.
I agree. And I wish I had thought of that before, and that's why we have time now.
So put me back.
He nods. At the end of this, if you wish, I can take it away again.
Okay, I'm glad I have the choice this time.
And you say that, and suddenly you're in the woods facing three very familiar Harengon. You see your father, you see two of your cousins hunting. One of them, a man who has said nothing thus far, twice the size of your father in height, a lanky rabbit. He looks at you and smiles, and he says, "Nice of you to come back, man. What's it been?" And this is going to come to you in waves. This is a friend of yours, and he grew up with you from as long as you can remember. He taught you how to hunt, and he was always someone that could see the other side when most wouldn't. And you remember that, and you look at the other two, your father and your other cousin, and you remember the others wouldn't. And you find yourself suddenly behind the other three, walking towards a house in a hill, much like a hobbit would live in, but bigger. As they march up excited, and you sort of freeze for a moment, your father turns around and says, "All right, Christopher, stop lollygagging. Come on. Don't be lazy now. Mother's going to be so excited to see you. Come on."
Guess I'm just like right behind, but still pretty skeptical and still unsure of like why I'm being shown this. You said this is coming to me in waves, right?
Yeah, your memory of everything returning is coming in waves. But this moment doesn't seem to be a memory that you're living in.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Your father's staring at you, putting his hand out, gesturing for you to follow closer.
Yeah, I'm right behind, but I don't really know what to say. I'm trying to take in the scenery and the other houses or dwellings or whatever.
You notice that all of the houses, there's a bunch of doors on this same hill that all must connect to the same subsystem of tunnels that everyone lives in. And as you approach a door that is starting to feel familiar as you take each step towards it, your dad puts his arm around you and pulls you in tight, throws the door open and goes, "Hey, honey, come check out who's home." And pushes both of you in forcefully as you see a woman immediately across the room working in what's the kitchen. And she drops what she's doing onto the counter in a sudden and exclaims with a loud "ee!" and runs over and grabs you and starts shaking you. And she says, "My baby's home. My baby's home." And he says, "All right, Sasha, give him some space. The boy needs to breathe." And she takes a few steps back and she says, "Oh my goodness. Well, sit down. We're about to eat. We're having carrot stew. Come on, pull up a bowl, Chris. You must have amazing stories to tell. And, there's the question on everyone's mind."
I don't know if you're going to think these stories are very amazing, honestly.
What do you mean?
I don't have much to show for it.
Oh, well, I don't care about so much the stories out in the world. I want to know what brought you home. What made you change your mind about all that nonsense?
I don't even know that I had a choice. I'm just here.
The energy shifts in the room when you say that. What do you mean?
I don't think I'm really here right now. And I'm going to have to leave again very soon.
So you haven't changed your mind at all.
Again, which is not my choice.
What you can't change your own mind, Christopher? What'd the world do to you? I told you not to leave for this exact reason. You're supposed to stay here and be a good member of our society. Why would you go out into the world and let them corrupt you? Look at you. You don't even remember anything.
Who says I've been corrupted?
She rolls her eyes. "We're not doing this, Chris. When you left, we said you would come back when you understood things. What?" And she looks at her husband. She says, "Why did you bring him home?" And he shrugs kind of nervously.
I understand even less now than when I did before.
Okay, well, you come back when it's your choice and you have some understanding about that worldview that you were looking for. I hope you found it because it led you to piss off your mama. So why don't you go on and get on out? Go back to lying and stealing and telling those fibs you love to tell.
That's a real bummer.
You know what's a real bummer? Having someone that can't put themselves aside to do what's right for the people around him.
You don't get to decide what's right.
Our people have been doing this way for generations. You think you know better than our people for generations, Christopher?
I leave. I walk out the door.
Maybe you don't notice, but the camera would watch as we see all the other Harengon turn to smoke around you. And you're standing in a field just outside. The house behind you slowly losing its color, turning into a soft seafoam green fog.
I guess I just watch it turn to nothing, I guess.
And as it all falls away, you hear a voice behind you again that says, "I'm sure you have a lot of questions. And I owe you more than I can ever give you. Because I really thought, hey, this is a guy who needs help, and I made a choice for you, and I think that's exactly what you were running from. Now that I'm beside myself and trying to just be the hero that saves someone.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you, whoever you are, have done enough.
I'll tell you what, Christopher, if you prefer, you don't change at all if I give it back. You stay exactly the same. I know that. I can see that about you. Even if you remember every shitty thing someone did to you, it's not going to twist you and make you evil. You'll be able to endure it, but I just don't think you should have to.
Leave it.
Give it back or leave it gone?
Leave it.
Gone?
Leave it gone. I don't need it.
Christopher, we're running out of time. Are you certain?
I think this time I'm gonna decide when it's out of time. Instead of you or instead of any other entity or whatever. Leave me. Now.
The screen abruptly falls to red flame. The devil lifts his hand, and Chris is there standing.
And I just look at everybody else and I go, a lot of good that did.
Yeah. Who's next to suffer? What is the point of all this? Why are you doing this? I say to the demon.
The demon focuses his eyes on you and for the first time makes real eye contact with you. I do this for you made me like this. Torvald Moss, a man who thought he could handle divinity. Well, divinity wasn't yours. You leaked your gross humanity into me, and this once beautiful trial made to make people conquer their fears now induces them. Did you get what you were after, Torvald? I assume not, because you're here again.
Found a book that mentioned that name. Now you claim I am this man?
His eyes kind of go off into the middle distance, something you don't see often from a majestic, divine creature. And he goes, You know not of your origin?
No, I don't.
What is your name?
I am Veyne. It's the name I was given when I lost all my memories and I woke up in a dark cave.
Well, Veyne, if you were a different man, a better man than Torvald Moss, maybe you'll make a deal on his behalf.
He was a good man. I've read of him, and he was trying to do good things for the dwarves, for people he cared about.
If what you say is true, you are him. So in his wake, pay his price.
I don't know what price you speak of.
I don't expect you to. You seem to not know anything. But my divinity is mine, and you should give it back.
So I stole something from you, that's what you're saying. I have no memory of this. How can I prove it? Prove it.
Very well. And it lifts its hand.
This is gonna hurt, right?
It squishes you.
Fuck off!
For the first time.
Right before he squishes, I say, yeah, it hurts a lot.
Can I piss?
isn't just
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take a moment to.
Cool.
Yeah. Collect.
That was cool. No idea where that was going to go.
was it cool?
Man, fuck
Was
you
it
for
cool?
that.
Yeah.
Fuck you for that,
that was-
dude.
Can Biobi reciprocate? this real quick? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't mean to divert it that much.
Yeah.
I guess when I, like I said, when I reappear under the hand or whatever, I look at everybody and I go, a lot of good that did.
Biobi is just going to kind of motion / extend the hand.
Yeah, he goes over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris goes over there. And
He's going to kind of give him that like side hug. Yeah.
I think, is Keela still faced away?
Yeah, no, she isn't going to watch anybody's. She isn't going to watch anybody's. She is going to sit there, back turned to everything. Not much you can do about the audio
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
but no, she sits there, back turned to
Yes.
everything.
I guess I don't know, if Keela looks at, like, Chris doesn't say anything, but if Keela at all, like, looks at Chris,
hmm
and Chris just goes, he, like, shrugs his shoulders and, like, nods a little bit, and just like, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
it
you
just be like that sometimes.
And Chris doesn't say anything. He just goes,
Blink. Oh.
As you are sitting there, Chris, in the line with your two friends who are severely depressed now.
Yeah, B.O.B.'s trying to figure out something to say to Chris,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
nothing feels like it makes sense. Like his usual statement would be like, "You're a great person." You know, it
Right,
just doesn't.
right.
None of that.
but none of that would fit,
yeah,
you know.
So he's lost for what to say. So he's just
So is
sits-
Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just sit together.
As B.O.B. sits there, kind of awkwardly, the two of you are like,
No,
no, I don't quite know what to say.
None of it.
Never
is.
mind. Never
But Chris,
Oh, did were you gonna? No.
No.
Did you say? Did you say something? No.
you feel, Chris, as you're sitting there talking to B.O.B., something between your fingers. And as you look down, you see a soft seafoam green pearl in between your fingers.
A physical object.
Yep.
I
Tiny. Just
show
a
it.
pearl.
I show it Tequila without saying anything.
Can I have that? Mate, I'm kidding. Look, I didn't watch, but there's not much I can do about hearing it. And this is not meant to be like professional advice or anything like that. That being said, I think anything I should
Gosh,
say.
there's a lot of.
A minute.
There's always a lot of fluff around just saying whatever you're gonna say.
I don't know what
I
you're
would
talking
rather
about.
you just say what you're gonna say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just telling you. There's always a lot of fluff around everything else. Go ahead.
I think, and again, I can only hear, I couldn't see. Mate, do you want me to talk or not? It's going to be this or nothing.
You have all the space.
I just think that whatever you do, just do you. People are going to have a lot of opinions on who you are and who you're supposed to be and what they think you should be and how you should do this, that, and the other thing. Everybody's got an opinion on who you should be. The only person who should have the strongest opinion about who you should be is you. And I think that, you know, whatever you take away from whatever that situation was, at the end of the day, the only person who knows you best is you. And the only person who can make you a good life is you. Maybe that's sort of a selfish take on things, but I've learned enough in my life to understand that you can have people that love you, support you, whatever. But at the end of the day, it is up to you and it's your life. And fuck it. Do what makes you happy.
Yeah, I've sure been trying.
B.O.B. is listening very clearly to this, even though it's not directed to for him.
He's in the circle.
But he's
in the circle. He's in the
it's
conversation
making sense to him.
triangle.
It's making sense to him. And he nods and
This is not me being soft or any type of shit like that. So don't misconstrue what I'm saying.
Chris throws his. Does Chris have hands or paws? Chris throws his hands
I
up.
think he has hands.
Chris throws his hands up and just goes like Chris is like not saying anything right now. He's just
Keela,
Yeah, B.O.B.
why are they doing this to us?
I think it's just a fucked up party initiation. I'm telling you what, this party had better be so fucking fire on the other side of this. Otherwise, I'm going to be pissed. And it's going to be everyone's problem. Well, no, we are like...
I want to go back.
No, we're almost all the way through it.
I liked
You know
where it
what?
was before. That bartender was hot. And
Yeah,
you'll
dude,
agree with me.
You know what? You're fucking telling me.
Yeah.
Mate, I
kinda wanna go
I was
back.
so close. I was this fucking close.
Guys.
I shout at the devil and I say, "Take us back!"
No, hang on. The party's supposed to be real good on the other side. And I do think that I maybe have a foot in the door with weird glowy guy. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't think I like parties anymore.
You're allowed to laugh, Garrison.
Holy shit. Oh, that was great.
I'm not a big fan either, B.O.B.
I don't want to be here anymore. I don't think I want to go.
I'm just studying this pearl if I can get any. Yeah. I guess I'll just pocket the pearl for now. I'll come back to it.
That's a later thing.
I'll come back to it.
Veyne, you skip the inky blackness. There is no decision for you. You find yourself suddenly in a tavern. You have a large barbarian man next to you who's got a scar on his face that matches the larger one on his chest. And he is suddenly grabbing your shoulder and shaking you, and you hear him say, "That was a good run, yeah?"
Yes. What's happening right now?
Wait. It like hard cuts to that?
Yeah.
What?
We're like having like this heart to heart while Veyne is going through his hand smash sort of.
Oh my
moment.
gosh.
And
Yeah, that's happening at the same exact time.
Oh my goodness.
I guess when I hear that, I'm gonna turn around and I'm too curious. I'm gonna watch.
he pulls himself away from you and looks down at you. This man's like 3 feet taller than you easily. And he goes, "Love, we are back home. We had successful day scavenging. The Torvald hit his head.
Right. Oh, wait, hold on. I look down at my hands.
You have color to your skin again."
Oh, shit.
You see him look over, and there's a man. He looks half man, half owl, and he cocks his head at you, and he goes, "What's with the voice, Torvald?"
You're calling me Torvald. See, that's crazy to me. Hold on.
You see the owl and the barbarian look at each other.
I quickly try to compile everything I know about Torvald and like try to think about what he would be like.
As you sit there racking your brain, you see the owl turn and go, "Vanya, fix him." And you hear a voice as if it is underwater and 2 rooms away. You hear, as you look over at this table, and where there is clearly a place setting in a beer that is losing liquid over time, there's no person there. It's just empty. But the people around you seem to register a person there.
Hello?
As you say hello to the empty space, you start to realize you've been here before. This was with your adventuring party right after a successful, let's call it a excavation of a old set of ruins, and you found a magical item. You don't remember what it was. This is all coming back to you a little at a time. But this day was supposed to be a good day. And as your memories start to clash with what's in front of you, you start to realize that Mevanya, that's a person. That's a woman. More than that's a woman. Mevanya. I know that name. It's a familiar name. Mevanya. I love that name.
I love that name.
Uh-oh.
Move on, you what?
Mevanya nuts.
Yes!
You wanted me to say it. Fuck, I know what you want.
I'm out.
I had baited.
And as you start to make that connection, you whip your head back to that empty space, and it's still empty. You know for a fact Mevanya was sitting right here. And after this, you get up and you go to the bar.
Can I try something?
Sure.
Can I cast a spell magic on the invisible person?
Um,
Or whatever would kind of like counterspell that kind of thing.
absolutely. Let me think about that. That's interesting. Give me a sec.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. You cast Dispel Magic. You raise your hand to this space, and as you go to cast a spell, you don't seem to get a reaction from the other two at the table. It's almost as if you didn't do it. And as you cast it on her form, you see what is just a blank space start to fill for a second with a vague shape of a person. The soft, pale color of skin like yours when you're Veyne, you know. You see dark black draping clothing familiar to those that live back in the Vampire Lord's castle. And it shudders for a second before quickly spilling over with a crimson red filling her entire silhouette. And now sitting at the table with you, it's you, the barbarian, the owl, and the Vampire Lord. And he's eye to eye with you. And he says, "Oh, good. It's been a while." And everything other than you two begins to fall away.
Not long enough.
You might be right. I have more I need from you. All of this nonsense about who you were, this Torvald stuff, I will give you any answer you're looking for. But I need you to do me a favor. In fact, I'll give you your freedom. But I need you to do me a favor.
Give me my freedom. I'm already out of your clutches. What hold do you have on me any longer?
Veyne, we both know I could have an army after you.
Where are they?
At home, because I told them to stay home. Your lieutenant friend's in prison. Interesting, right? Why don't you come home and take his position?
I found better paths than your dark corridors.
Those paths lead you to destruction at my hand, Veyne.
I found people who actually care about me.
The path I'm offering you guarantees freedom.
Who care about me more or less, actually. I should rephrase that. Some of them do, definitely.
Sorry, that's my bad.
No, that is very true.
You could command the respect of thousands, tens, hundreds, a lieutenant in my army. Things are changing soon, Veyne. You're gonna want to be on my side when they do.
You've never offered this before, all those years. I showed no potential, nothing. No, it was just only when I leave and start doing things for myself do you try to get me with some ploy like that. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous, Veyne? You're telling me that no one respected you when you sat around reading books all day? But when you escaped your overlord, laid low, and are now the key to saving the world, suddenly people want you? That doesn't make any sense to you at all? Torvald, I was told you were a genius. Did that go away when you drank an angel's blood?
Is that what Torvald did?
I can't say I fully understand your choice, but it did lead you to me. And I can lead you to greatness, or you can lead yourself to a jail cell in my castle.
I just want to know who I am.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to read that journal in my prison then. Move on. Be who you are. Be greater than you ever could have been. Torvald ended up in my possession. You have the chance to leave. He could never.
I see things in him that I wish I had in myself. So why should I not try to go back to what I think I had? There was something meaningful. And now I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what I have.
You're holding on to glimpses of a fractured memory that I know you were slowly regaining. Stop hanging on to a fairy tale. It's a lie. There's no happily ever after. You have to make greatness. You have to make your ending.
What would you have me do?
I need you to grab someone and bring them to me.
Another prisoner?
Not for long.
Who?
Her name is Talia. Talia Holloway.
And this is the kind of thing where you'll send an army if I don't do it?
I'll send an army if you don't. I'll give you your freedom if you do. I'll throw in Mevanya's as well. You two deserve to become reacquainted in our new world.
I have new friends and allies, and we will become stronger than you can ever imagine. And we could fight your army easily.
I look at Keela and I go, you don't see this guy right now, but I don't think I could take him.
He focuses on you. His face stops showing any emotion as he calms himself and he says, I don't think you should make a choice here. Emotions are high. As for the devil, don't give him what he asks for. You took it. It's yours.
So he was an angel, and I made him a devil. I had that much power at one point?
Yes, you had that much power, and you took it, and you wasted it.
Surely I had a good reason?
Yeah, you did. It was in the name of love. You wanted to get Mavanya back from me. Now is your chance, Torvald. Get Mavanya back from me. Then maybe drinking the angel's blood wasn't for nothing.
I still need to piece some things together because I feel like you're not telling me everything.
Hope you can do it in 15 seconds.
You're not giving me many choices, but I have...
You have 2 exactly, so I suppose you're correct. 24 hours. And that's it.
Damn.
The hand lifts and Veyne has returned to this space.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Holy shit.
you guys saw that, right? You guys saw all that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Veyne?
I'm just confused more than anything. I don't want anything to happen to you. I think I should go somewhere else. To keep you safe? I don't know.
Oh, whatever, drama queen.
No. I don't know what the...
Look, I understand.
Look, like I said we could fight his armies, but that's bullshit. We can't. That's bullshit. That was total. And you could probably tell.
Does the demon say anything to that?
Nope.
Oh.
No, he's just Lumen.
Oh, man.
But if you don't do what he wants, he'll lock you away.
Says him.
That was basically what was already happening to me before.
You
So it
escaped.
can't get much worse.
Right, it can't get much worse.
But it was bad enough for you to want to escape.
The devil clears his throat.
Yobi, you have a more clean soul than I do. You've never drank the blood of an angel.
Hey, I'm kind of demon time here right now. Sorry, guys.
Right. I just want to say.
Yeah, well, I work on goblin time, so
Right.
calm
but
down.
The blood of the angel you're talking about is me. So I would like to get to the bottom of returning my divinity.
What do I have to do?
Veyne,
I
what's going on?
Veyne, I'm going to tell you right now, anything that you steal fair and square is yours. And you are not under any conditions to be giving it back to anyone.
And I will tell you,
will take this into account.
because I don't want this to be a surprise, but agreeing to that, you don't have to agree to this. You can say no. This being is not allowed to react to you, right? It is yours. He doesn't have to give it back. It will probably change your character mechanically a little bit. You'll still have like your weapon, but we might talk about subclassing or a new class if you lose your divinity, unless that's awful to you.
No.
Okay, cool.
Can I say something into the demon?
Yeah.
Whatever I stole from you, if I give it back to you, can you give me back what I lost as well?
Of course.
Don't like that second, of course.
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight on that if you want to.
12.
I don't know, maybe telling the truth.
Veyne, I
At
don't.
this point, go on.
I'm just chiming in. Like, I don't know, Veyne. Vampire Lord seems like a pretty bad guy. Yes or no?
Yeah, he's fucking terrible.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
He's the worst.
But one thing he did say that I agree with is don't make any decisions while your emotions are running high right now.
The devil is like glaring at you angrily.
Fuck you, devil. Don't worry about it.
It's really rude. It's really rude. We were going to give me my divinity back, says the devil, as he like puts his hand up this time
I
on
look
the
at
ground.
Chris and I say, I'm not myself right now. The only key to figuring out everything, as you say, is to understand everything that happened before. Okay, I'm gonna ask him one more question.
Sure.
You were an angel before. Now you're a demon. Is it because you're a demon that you're showing us all these terrible visions?
That is correct.
And if you were an angel, would you stop?
If I was an angel, people would get whatever they wanted out of 7 minutes in heaven. I wouldn't just give.
Now I look at the rest and I'm like,
Look, mate, here's one of these moments where I need you to have a motherfucking spine. You are very invested in everyone else's opinion of you, but like, I hate playing therapist for you people. Just make your choice. No one can decide what to do but you.
I don't want anything fucking terrible to happen, but
Yeah, I get that, but
It might.
sometimes fucking terrible things happen in life. And you already did some fucking terrible things, so how much worse could this one be if it goes sideways?
You stole something that wasn't yours.
That's true. If you give it back, you'd make a shite pirate.
But
I'm not a pirate.
you're not a pirate.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's-
vampire.
Yeah, that's fucking true, mate. So like
Whatever that means.
at the end of the day,
I will say, you can't take the vampire lord up on his offer if you do this.
ooh,
Oh, fuck yeah. Even that makes
that
it more,
positive?
that makes it better. Yeah, that makes it better. All right. Well, it was nice knowing you. I won't be vain next time you see me, I don't think.
Do you want to still be Veyne?
Honestly, not really. Veyne is just a hollow shell. He's missing something.
Maybe giving whatever you took back helps you. And maybe that's a good thing. maybe it's okay to, fix yourself and do something good.
I think you're right, Gremlin. I think you're right.
Ruffles is Ruffles is Ruffles. We'll like you no matter who you are.
B.O.B.,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have felt at home in this world without someone like you.
Bro! Nobody talk to me.
It's impossible. It's impossible. It's actually impossible. What do you say to that?
I'm in shambles.
B.O.B.'s gonna lean in or just walk up to Veyne and give him a big hug and say, he actually, he doesn't have anything to say to that. He just hugs him.
I know. I'll be different when you guys see me again.
No, you won't.
Maybe you'll be funnier.
Maybe I'll be more fun. Anyway, nice knowing you.
And you step onto his hand?
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
You step onto his hand and you watch him close his fist slowly around Veyne. Doesn't quite squish him, but puts him in his hands. And you watch the devil's eyes, inky black, reflecting light, begin to slowly wash over a soft white as they start to purge themselves of that inky blackness. And as they sit there, fully white and glowing this soft light, you watch the devil smile, and then that smile drops and becomes a frown as the white of its eyes begin to fill with a crimson sanguine red. And you watch it suddenly release Veyne and throw him across the room. And you watch his skin go from red to pale white and his eyes blood red. And you hear him go, "What did you do to me?" As he begins to contort and freak out. And he goes, "No." And he goes blank. And he settles and he stares off into the middle distance. And both of his hands settle. And he looks at you, Veyne. And he goes, "Bad choice," in a very familiar vampire lord-esque voice.
Oh, shit.
And he turns his head and he said to you, Blink, and he goes, "I would hate to rob you of such a dreadful experience." And he lifts his hand up and squishes you without waiting for your consent.
Fuck.
Okay. You get squished.
That was a good sound.
And when you do, you stand in a very familiar inky blackness. You are at first kind of left not knowing what to do, but in just the passage of a few seconds, you start to idly think of things. What's something when your mind drifts off? What's something simple you think about? Like, let's say Keela's lecturing you and it's not entertaining. What's something that'll distract you?
He thinks of the smell of gardens and plants that he's very used to.
You start to look at this place and wonder, okay, what should I expect? And you remember that smell, that familiar earthy floral smell. And you feel the temperature change. It gets a little warm on your skin as if you're suddenly in direct sunlight. And you hear a familiar set of chimes in the close distance. The monastery that you grew up in, trained in, became disciplined in, is about 200 feet away. Its large walls, though worn down from the passage of time, still standing impressively on this mountain. But you stand out in these gardens that you've spent a lot of your free time in, and you begin to smell the familiar scents of roses and a flower called pharum that your sister used to tell you was your mother's favorite tea. And you look around. It's unmistakable. This is not a recreation. You kind of feel like you're 15 again, standing here on one of 1,000 different days that you could be standing here. And you hear something that you've definitely never heard here. A woman's voice. And she says, "Hello?"
No, No, not here. No.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. What do you mean not here?
No, I love this place. No.
Here, turn around.
Blink slowly turns around.
She smiles and she goes, I thought this was a dream. Charlie?
Mom?
And her hands go up to her mouth and she stands there dumbfounded for a second and she goes, How is this? How is this possible? How can I see you? Charlie, look at you. You look so big. You look blue. And she runs her fingers through your wispy hair.
No, is it you?
She smiles and she goes, It's me. What did you do? Did you bring me back?
Kind of. I'm in a weird place.
I can help you. What's going on? What do you mean a weird place?
There's.
How can I help you? I'd do anything for you.
Come back, please.
I'd love to come back. How can I do that? You brought me here. Certainly you can figure out how to bring me back.
I could. There's a wish I could make, but.
A wish? How did you get a wish? Genies don't just give those out. You must be truly amazing if you can earn the favor and find a wish. Only one? What did you use your first two on? Oh, I'm sure you're rich. You must own a kingdom somewhere. What else did you wish for?
I'm rich. I have some of the best friends I could have ever asked for, but it's to avenge you, Mom.
Avenge me?
Yeah, Dad, Father, Sir told me what happened and how it was my fault. And I'm doing everything to bring you back. And I know the bad man, the genie, what he did. And I'm doing everything right. I'm being the hero.
Which genie? Which genie do you know?
The one that killed you, Mom.
And she seems a little confused for a second. And she goes, Charlie, what has your father been telling you? And she kind of looks away and at the ground and she goes, You're not mad at me?
No. He hurt you. He corrupted you. Father, he told me that the genie, he ruined you and he made me like this. And it was my fault.
She looks down at the ground for a second. And then she looks back at you and she says, He really did a number on us. And your father did everything he could. And that bastard genie deserves everything that you have coming his way. But you should use that wish to bring me back. Don't wish for vengeance. You don't have to do violence. I can simply be back in your life.
No, I thought about it for a long time, but my friends might need that wish one day.
And she looks at the ground and she says, But Charlie, I don't understand. Why would you come here just to rub in my face that you're powerful or what? Then what's the purpose of this? Why are you here?
I didn't choose to be here. I was forced here. It's hard to explain. We're in this place where...
She sort of stiffens up and she says, So you're not looking, you didn't do this to bring me back?
No, Mom, I've always wanted to see you. You know that you've been watching me, right?
She takes a second. She says, It doesn't quite work like that, kiddo. Death is the soul is just such a weird, and the place you're standing in begins to fill with a soft blue smoke. Having referenced him enough, you hear and feel the presence of something magical behind you. And though you know this genie is looming, he says nothing with arms crossed and lets your conversation with your mother continue. Your mother says, Charlie, I know you didn't choose to be here, but you have a wish and you got those wishes somehow. So I'm sure you can find more. And her vision doesn't look past you. She can't seem to see the genie behind you.
I ignore him. No, not through him. Any other way, but not through him.
And she stands there looking for words to say. And then her demeanor changes and she gets a little more serious and she says, Charlie, his magic is why you are so powerful today. Your father and the genie wished to control what I did with my life. And what I wanted to do is enjoy myself and seek experiences. And though they would try to push me away, they punished me instead. When I kept coming back, my husband set up a promise with the genie that if I would lie to him and sneak away and come visit the genie to live in a lavish state of mind, I would be punished. Your father set that up to punish me.
No.
Do you think it's fair that I paid that price?
No, you died because you accidentally found it and he hurt you. And I'm powerful because of what Father did to me.
You hear the snap of fingers and she freezes in space. There is a long silence after the snap, and then you hear I'm not good at this, but you deserve the truth. Humans are... And he stops and he looks at where he's at and he looks at you, Blink, who is staring at him through a furrowed brow and a confused gaze, and he says, let me show you something. The place fills with a blue smoke that then begins to change, and when the smoke fades, you are in a large throne room that rivals that of anything you've ever seen. It has themes similar to that of like an Egyptian pyramid almost. And everyone in this place is in a sheer state of reverie, drinking wine freely, partying, talking loudly. It's almost abrasive the way that this place fills with noise suddenly and people. And as it overwhelms your senses, the genie makes that all sort of fade down. And he shows you who is visibly your mother and father together in this place, partaking in the lavish party that is ongoing. You see a soft white powder that is now familiar to you spread out on tables, being indulged in by all kinds of patrons. And one of the patrons that makes you realize everyone else is doing the same thing is your mother. And she looks about 7 months pregnant.
No, she didn't do this.
And
You're lying.
He stops and he keeps a very narrow look as he fixes his eyes on you. And he says, I understand you have every reason to think I'm tricking you, but I would hate for you to throw away an opportunity to a liar.
No.
I loved your mother. I loved your father. They were great people to be around, real lights, an entertainment, someone that I would invite back night after night. And at a certain point, and he shows you a new space as the smoke changes. And it's the genie looking basically exactly the same, and your mother looking just as pregnant as she was a little bit ago, standing alone in the throne room. No party behind them. Instead, just a mess that is soon to be snapped clean by the genie in just a moment. But he says, listen, Nerissa, Cornelius, I need to warn you. What you're doing is not safe for the child you carry. I can't in good conscience let you keep coming back. I'm going to have to send you away. And once the boy's born, and there's not a risk of hurting him any further, I welcome all of you to return. Maybe not with the child, but in due time, he can start to live the lavish life and learn from his heritage, but everything you've indulged in is risking the boy. I suggest you stay away. And then the room melts away and shifts back to your family home, where you see your mother and father popping the corks of potions and drinking them to undergo an illusion spell to change their form. And then you see them don nice clothing and leave their home and begin the journey up to the genie's temple to indulge in a party, unbeknownst to him, despite the risks.
Chris takes his bow and smacks on the hand of the devil and says, pull him the fuck out! Pull him out! Pull him out! And I'm hitting the devil's hand.
You hear Chris's voice ripping through all of this. What do you want, Blink?
Blink ignores it and he turns to the genie And he's crying. No, Father. Month after month would beat me unconscious because he said it was your fault, my fault that she's gone. Day after day, punching stone until I was strong enough.
Charlie, he was mad because it was his fault. But in his mind, it couldn't be his fault. So it had to be yours. Humans are perverse in that way. I know it doesn't make sense to you, my boy, because your mind is touched by magic. You're great. And he stops getting excited and he says, I know this is hard. I don't recommend you go back to the woman. Her tongue it puts Silver to shame.
My wish still stands.
He nods and he says, I hope you're prepared to live for a while then, Charlie. Ditch the nickname. You know what it means, right?
That's why I took it.
Just remember, she's the one who gave it to you.
Woof.
And he disappears. And she's back and she says, you can make this happen now, Charlie. I don't want to be mad, so let's be happy together, alive.
I don't know what's real anymore, Mom.
You brought me here. This is as real as it can be. Charlie, you were
I
not
didn't
thinking...
do anything. I didn't ask to be here.
Neither did I. But you brought me here, so you can fix this.
No, you brought me here and left me.
She stops. I told you that wasn't my choice. Your father tricked me with a deal with the genie.
Did you go back after he told you not to?
She stops. No. You don't need to roll. She is lying to your face.
B.O.B.'s now joined Chris in trying to beat the hand off.
Chris has also turned to the rest of the group and looked at them and said, who has the lamp?
Everything I did was for you.
Prove it.
Who has the lamp?
Why do I have to? I was here every day.
We can go all day, Charlie, talking about what we could do for each other or what we did for each other after death. I was watching you too every day. And
you saw me beaten bloody every day, standing back up because you were the one on my mind.
yes, Charlie.
I
Good.
thought you cared for me.
I did. I do, Charlie. Charlie.
He turns around.
Charlie, you're not thinking straight. Come back.
No, Mom.
It's that magic in your brain. You're not thinking straight.
You're the magic you put in me.
No.
I never
That
asked
genie
to be
made
like
you a
this.
blink, not me. He did that. All I did was have a good time. He did that. That was his power. Can you blame a girl for wanting to have a good time?
Yes. Because all I've ever done is try to be a hero for you, Mom.
She disappears. And you are still standing outside of the monastery. And I think the camera moves past Blink to show that we are standing at the foot of his mother's grave, where a bunch of bouquets of decayed tea leaves are withering in the wind, left by a dedicated son. And then Blink comes back. The hand lifts, the devil retreats, and the gap closes. The path to the door on the other side is clear.